So it was a very positive moment in time. I did not know that there was an issue with the Hawaiian Homes and the location.
The service agreement for the Organics Diversion Program in East Hawaii and West Hawaii, which provides free mulch to residents, will end as of June 30th, 2017.
In phase 2, this is the design and construction of the facility, a new facility.
I got to be confident that that project is good for Hawaii, it will meet our needs, and that has been reviewed now.
On February 16th, Mayor Kim signed a termination of a contract with Hawaiian Earth Recycling, LLC.
The location is important, that the community accept it, and it's important that we don't infringe on the residents of the area that make life negative for them in any way, you know. But also what I just said, it is the project itself that we're reviewing.
Or we're looking at the possibility of not even being able to build.
Many council members expressed disappointment in the mayor's decision.
It saddens me. I hope that as we proceed with the discussions, that we can either get a better understanding of what our county's new goal is, but I'm still kind of stuck on the old goal.
That is not an insignificant problem for people who would be living next door to that facility.
But some community members are pleased that the planned East Hawaii Organics facility is being scrapped.
I'm a farmer and I use mulch. However, I don't think the issue is about the mulch. The bigger issue is a concern of a facility running the way it was being proposed, only a few feet away from residents.
For Terry Napeahi, it's a matter of environmental justice.
Our community, Panaewa, is saying that they will be litigating the environmental assessment if this facility was going to be built next to their homes. It is still there. I'm just wondering, what decisions are continuing to be made in regards to this facility. The Department of Environmental Management sending 2 of our leaders from Panaewa to a facility, the mother facility, I think, or something very similar to this, and came back and reported to our community as to their concern about the stench. The fact that they're putting another environmental industrial facility on Hawaiian homelands near our families. And when we say enough is enough, it's because it's behind our backyards. We've had a facility put in front of our Pui Bay that has degraded our waters, our land, the health of our people. I've identified at least 12 toxic facilities that emit toxins that are that have to be reported to the Environmental Protection Agency. So to have another facility right next to our families is just not pono. And I would like the community and our council and the mayor not to forget that it is not about the mulch. It is about the location.
And I appreciate your compassion for your employees, but I have a lot of compassion for my community.
Hilo Councilwoman Sue Lee Loy questioned the contractor on the planned project.
Okay, so the Department of Health permit for the mulching, are they transferable or are they site specific?
It's site specific. So if we were to move the existing mulching operation to another site, we would have to go through the permitting process. Department of Health would have to approve that to make sure that it met the zoning requirements and that we were able to manage the environmental impacts.
Okay, so I'll assume the same for the phase 2 composting. That would be site specific.
Correct.
Okay. If the mulching phase 1 is not moved but picked up by another vendor, is it transferable to another vendor?
It would be if the Department of Health, but there still has to be, the transfer has to be made. So they would have to go through the process. You'd have to modify the existing permit. That's a 6-month window.
For the West Hawaii Organic Facility, how far away is it from its nearest resident? Or I believe there's some hotel resort, what's the distance from the West Hawaii facility?
Yeah, 3 miles.
So the West Hawaii facility is 3 miles from its nearest resident, but our East Hawaii facility is 2,000 feet. Okay. Part of the reason why, the East Hawaii site, was so advantageous was because of the rainfall. How much water do you folks need to supplement that water piece if it's not located in Hilo? So for example, at West Hawaii, how much water do we need over there?
We would probably need somewhere around 50 to 80,000 gallons a day.
A day?
It's dry there and it's windy, and if you put it in an in-vessel, if you put the in-vessel system there, then we probably wouldn't need near that much water, because we would have water that we would be collecting in the building we would reuse. So that would help offset some of the water needs, and being under a cover, it also helps to retain the moisture that we put it in. In that particular system, we've got to get the moisture up to about 60 to 65%.
The impact on the community is not a good thing, then maybe it shouldn't be there. But, again, could the contract be amended? I know that we have vacant lands, county has, lands that are not even leased out yet. I know we have like about 900 acres in Pawilo there's this portion where you have this county base yard was supposed to be built, and it was now vacant land. It's fenced off, never got built, whatever. Above that is some property that's leased out. Then above that, we have like 900 acres. So when we talk about land and where it could be placed, I think we have a lot of options around the island. Is there a possibility that this contract could be amended?
In order for me to answer that, I gotta go into
Executive session. Okay, so maybe I'll yield at this time, because there's a possibility we may have to go into executive session.
I think Ms. Poindexter brought up a good question to the Corp Counsel, which I think he should have answered.
Some of the sharpest questioning came from Aaron Chung.
The answers, you only got 3 answers. Yes, no, maybe. Right? If it's yes, explain why. If it's no, explain why. Not saying we got to agree with it. Then if it's maybe, then possibly you go into an executive session. Roy, a lot has been said about, how the Panaeva Community Association wasn't kept in the loop on this. And we just found out today that you were working for PBR at that time under contract with the County of Hawaii to go ahead and do the EA. Okay, but now, of course, you're on the other side. I don't know what kind of involvement you've had, in the decision to cancel. But what happened over there?
PBR was called into the contract to start the contract. The timing was a little bit unusual, because normally when you do an EA, there's no commitment yet, so that you can explore alternatives. We were called in when the contractor was already selected. The site was selected. And we were kind of figuring out, okay, so how do we discuss alternatives? So the only alternative we could come up with, the county, was the West Hawaii site, which couldn't really meet the criteria because of the water constraint. Because of the concerns raised, the community asked for more time to provide their comments. So we looked to environmental management, and they said, okay, to extend the comment period. And that's what we told the community that evening. So we extended the comment period, and lo and behold, OAQC, for some reason that still I don't quite understand, told the county that they had no authority to extend the comment period. They later retracted it, but that threw everything in confusion. So we were never able to close out that comment period and do a final EA. So that's the way I left the project. In the meantime, I became part of the county. So the draft EA is incomplete. And so my involvement when I became part of the county was to sit in on the meetings. And now, because I was part of the project, I know the community concerns, I know the environmental issues. But that's it. I didn't know anything about the financial impact. That was not part of an environmental analysis to analyze the financial
Right.
feasibility.
No. You know, I kind of empathize with the community association, right? Because I think they felt just totally left out of the conversation. And so I see, you know, a bit of anger and betrayal, not toward you or towards the county, of course. Yeah. And, you know, that's what fueled a lot of, you know, opposition, vocal opposition to that